Hello guys, this is Alex Koloskov and our weekly or bi-weekly 40G critic and review session, video session, where I provide my feedback for photographers who submitted their shots on 40G forum on Submit Your Work subforum. By the way, I got new place for my broadcast, which is pretty cool. I like it. But first, let me do a little announcement, just to make sure that you kind of aware and nobody missed it. Okay? We are doing jewelry masterclass in almost in 1 month, in February 17 in Atlanta. The really cool is that it will be broadcasted online, and it's not free, obviously. You can buy it, but you can join the masterclass. You can see everything. You can communicate with us through the chat. It will be several webcams pointed to the lighting setup, to me talking about this, to the studio. Everything will be live broadcasted, high resolution, high definition video. And I think it's really cool because I know that such information is very unique on the web. You won't find many classes on jewelry. And if you have friends, if you know somebody who will benefit from it, well, let them know, because it's a great opportunity, to grow and to jump into that new, very, I would say, closed type of photography in terms of how people share their knowledge. I mean, jewelry photography, it's like, I don't know, it's very different from anything, even from tabletop photography. So that will be cool. And we have a page here, right? It's under workshops. If you go to workshops, you will see big banner there, and that's where you can read everything. That's where you will see video talking to me, and that's where you can buy the tickets. Okay? Everything will be recorded. Everything will be delivered to participants, regardless online or person participants, after the workshop, and we'll have post-production added after the workshop, because you see, we didn't want to spend to take those time, let's say half a day to do post-production, because we'll lose time on shooting. So it will be whole day shooting, and then we'll record all our post-production. We'll record the video. Jenny Alariona will be doing this, and it will be delivered to participants after the workshop. Plus my feedback. You submit your images, I will review them, same as I do here, but I would say I will spend more time on trying to, provide you solutions with your, possible issues which you may have even after the workshop. So you won't be left alone. It's very important for you to understand that it's not like you pay money, you get into the workshop, and then you're alone with all your problems again. No, you can always get back to me, and I'll make sure that I will help you, okay? Because I want you to learn this stuff, not just pay money. So, okay, we're done with our announcement, and let me jump to our forum. That's where we're doing everything. And we'll start from there. So, submit your work. Submit your shot for the review. So, the topic is submit your shot for the review. Maybe I need to add that. And this is where I'm taking images for the review. The rule is the same always. Make sure you have a lighting setup posted. It's very important for all the community which we have here at 40G. We share our knowledge, right? And the lighting setup, it helps everyone, not only me, to understand how you shoot it and to give you right critic, the better suggestions, not only for myself but for everyone who will look at your shot. Okay, so let's go from the beginning. Pavel submitted this shot of the knife, and what I can tell, Pavel, it's great. I kind of look at this, I was trying to find words to critic, and I can't. really. It's just, well, it's just great. Oh, well, the background on the image is a little bit, for some reason, looks like, you know, like JPEG compression only on the background. That's probably something which is only for web size, not sure, but man, this shot is great. Take a look at the edges, you know, the left side, this nice rim, right side has that edge light and then the gradient, and you see the gradient on the handle. It's like from right to left, it goes from bright to dark, and on the knife itself, on the blade, it goes opposite. Well, not opposite, well, same way, but it looks so cool. The reflection underneath, and well, everything looks cool. So great job. I don't think you can, well, I would do any better, honestly. And yeah, I see that it was quite good post-production, which is, guys, you will see how important it is, how important to get well, Photoshop work done on your shot, because for product shot it's probably the must, and it makes a big difference if you look at non-photoshopped and photoshopped, well, post-production and no post-production file. So Pavel, hats off, great shot. Okay, well, I really enjoyed going through this review, because the shots I see is really good shots. The level of you know, submissions getting higher and higher every time, and well, I truly like this. That means we all doing very good job on, you know, improving our photography. Okay, Curtis. Our Curtis is very productive photographer. Many shots and very good shots. And Curtis, thank you for always, you know, submitting nice different angles of the lighting setup. So guys, make sure you check all this stuff, because Curtis does really good job on you know, using light modifiers and well, everything. So the critic, let's start from the good, because I'm going to change the way how I critic. I will be doing, first I will be doing, you know, some compliments, and then some, you know, tough stuff will go after that. So the good thing here is, well, basically the subject, that hammer looks good. I like the reflections. I like how we see the texture of the metal, you know, that finish of that brushed metal, or how we call it. The handle is nice. Well, everything looks cool except lack of post-production. So we jump to other part almost immediately. It's really, as is, it's probably as good as possible. But in talking about portfolio shot, Curtis, I'm not sure if you post it on your portfolio or not, but for portfolio it should be improved. I mean, not your shot, but the product itself. The product, you know, all those little imperfections on the handle, right? Talking about this stuff, this little glue coming out, this, all those pieces can be polished in Photoshop, and I would say it should be polished in Photoshop before they go to your portfolio. So this is the first thing. The second thing is, the background. Yeah, people were kind of suggesting you about backgrounds, and I personally, I don't like any of these colors. Blue on blue, it's again, it's a little bit different hue on the blue you have here than the handle, so it doesn't really look very well. And here I don't get this color at all, that kind of yellowish, brownish color. Maybe orange, you know, maybe more like a red color. Well, basically it's, you need to play with that color, you know. If you separate background, you can always change it in Photoshop, the color, or if you use gels, whatever, but that I would definitely look at this, how to make it look better, the background. Okay, and looking at the lighting setup, yeah, I like how you use this glossy reflector. It's really cool. You see, guys, for those who doesn't have enough lights, things like this can well, simulate one of the lights, right? Because it's almost like a mirror, it throws a lot of light, reflects. And you see how it created the edge here. And well, no, that's probably from the bottom part. It's from that reflector, which is kind of look perfect, right? And there is no light there, it's just a silver reflector. So that's cool. Okay, let me see. Yeah. Gel, right? You use gel? Yeah, I think it was gel on the background. So, Curtis, maybe you can always clip out the subject and just play with color on the background in post-production to adjust it. It might be a little bit easier. Or, well, if you have different set of gel, try something like orange. I think orange with blue will work really well. Okay, let me jump to the next one. Oh, Curtis. I said you're a very productive photographer and it's cool. So, flashlight. Okay, this is our flashlight. And talking about the product, it looks great, really. I like highlights, you know, I like that gradient you have. It shows us the shape of the light. It's perfect. The texture on the handle, very nice. Colors, you know. The name, well, the brand or the product name looks very good. The only thing I would improve, it's probably the angle, because we don't really see the lens, the eye of this flashlight, and I would probably rotate it a little bit so it will be more visible, meaning the lens, the eye, right? The second thing is the background. It's digital background, I understand, and you know, it's kind of because of this the light is hanging on the air, which is kind of exactly how you shoot it, right? But you see, you know, it reminds me some of those bad advertisement when ad agency takes great shot and then put it on some completely irrelevant digital background, and it's like really visible that it's two pieces not connected to each other. Same here, basically. I see that, well, it's just hanging in the air. So, how to fix it? What about creating some digital little reflection or a shadow under the flashlight, just to, you know, settle it down. Imagine that it was, let's say, some glossy black plexiglass on the background, and it will create same you know, spot if you would have something reflective, you know, something which that plexi could reflect with the same shape, but it will also have the reflection of the flashlight. So probably adding that reflection will kind of improve it. Then the shape of this digital background, it's a little bit kind of artificial, a little bit. I don't know why. Well, again, maybe with that reflection it will be fixed. Okay, so other than that, really good job. Yeah, I like how you did it, and well, you see, guys, relatively simple lighting setup, good use of reflectors, and here we go. So, thank you, Curtis. Well done. Okay, let me check 1 second. Okay, very good. Whiskey glass on a table. next shot. Okay, from Belisario, I think it's your second post, or well, I've seen your name, and I'm glad to see you posting again. So that's great. Oh yeah, we already talked about this, right? Oh, I don't know why it jumped here. Yeah, we already talked. Great shot, except the ice. Yeah. Do-it-yourself ice cubes. Yeah, I think I posted somewhere, or you posted, right? Do-it-yourself ice cubes from Flickr. Some guy shared it, and I think I had a post somewhere just reposting all those steps how to create do-it-yourself light. Basically, you create the shape from foil, fill it with water, and make it in freezer. But still, if you buy some acrylic ice, it will look much better. Okay, so sorry, it was wrong post. It was already reviewed one. Okay, Patrick. Yeah, that kind of reminds me what I have posted on the here, right? On the Pro Corner. Basically, I have this video and a few shots. And Patrick, you did really good job. I like the lighting on the camera. Few things I would improve. First, I think it's kind of oversaturated. The background is too much blue, at least for me. It just, kind of draw too much attention out from the subject, because it's too blue. And maybe because of this, because we got some oversaturation issues here, that some pieces of the camera looks kind of greenish. I understand that the metal is not completely black, it may have some little hue, but I think it's too much, too much green somehow. Especially if you look at the left side, it's a little bit too much green, and a little bit of that viewfinder opening, right? So maybe you can try to actually reduce vibrance, which will hide the color. Oh, let me see, maybe I can do something in Photoshop, or maybe not. Vibrance. If we just reduce vibrance, what will happen? Yeah, you see, it's kind of it lost that bluish. Yeah, the camera become more, I think, more natural look. Talking about the subject, the camera, right? And for the background, if you now reduce the brightness of the background, it will look perfect for me. Okay, so that's one thing. Another thing is, oh man, why you don't have this sketch? Oh, I can use Photoshop. And the other area where I would probably do some improvements is this. I'm gonna draw. Is here. Okay. We don't see, it's like a black spot on nicely lit subject, and I think it will be cool if we would have some more reflection on those dials on the camera, especially after that bright side, bright left side. Maybe it's a little bit too bright. Maybe we can use some kind of dodge and burn tool to make it a little bit darker, for example, right? Yeah, something like this. I use just burn tool. So I reduce exposure basically there, maybe a little bit here. Oh no, that's probably not good. It's kind of nice like this. But if I reduce it, look a little better, and maybe a little bit here. but obviously more reflection on this dials on top. Okay, that was it basically. The rest is really good. Oh, the last thing, it just came to my mind. What about having camera on while shooting, so the lens will be opened and we'll see the nice eye of our Canon, because you know it's like now it's sleeping, right? And then you wake up, it open one eye, and we see, you know, how it's kind of, well, we see those sparks in the lens, in the eye, which is kind of good, right? So I think most of the camera shots, if we talk about product shots, are made with lens opened. It's like, you know, shooting DSLR with nice lens and this cap on that lens. It doesn't look right. Okay? So thank you, Patrick, and let's move to the next shot. Because we have so many submissions, I'm trying to keep up, and I hope I will be able to do so for a while. But I'm not sure what I will do if we'll have too much submissions for me to cover it, you know, in 1 hour. Anyway, Paul, welcome to 40G. Glad you joined us. Glad because, well, I see good shot. I see good thinking through the shot. And well, I'm always glad to meet new photographers and, you know, guys who want to kind of go through this world of studio photography, you know, product studio photography with us. So welcome to the forum in 40G. Now let's look at this shot. Nice and clean. I really like, you know, when I first time seen it, and wow, it's kind of nice and clean. And I think it's especially cool because you don't have any post-production on it. I think you don't have. So, which is good. And what else? The lighting is nice. You see, we have this kind of expensive, I would say, look, and it's always good. What can be improved? First of all, cleaning. I see some stuff on the glass. Copy image. Let me do this always like that. I'll be doing it in Photoshop. So areas like here, let me do some red. Okay, areas like here should be cleaned. I think the mirror was a little bit dirty and it's visible. You know, all those little dots can be cleaned, and it will always add, you know, it will look better. Same for this handle, some cleaning. What else? I'm not sure about shooting on the mirror like this, but I think, well, because it's kind of, first when I look at this, I thought it's like device, you know, it's, I didn't realize that it was mirror, so I was thinking about shape of the device. But then on other side, shooting on the mirror, we can see the bottom of the device, and if it's like a product shot, maybe it's a good thing to show. So nothing bad with it, it just, you know, make sure that it's kind of fine and clients like it. What else? From the lighting standpoint, I think it's done perfectly, really. I don't see any bad reflection. I see the glossy stuff is glossy, the matte is matte, and well, everything looks cool. One thing, very important thing which can be improved here. I see you shoot it from we don't see the EXIF data, but anyway, with wide angle lens, maybe like 50 millimeters, maybe 30. Why I'm thinking because of this, look at, you know, vertical lines. The image going like this. The left bottles falling on the left, and the right pieces falling on the right. And this should be fixed. It should be fixed in post-production. Just, you know, let me show you. I already, I think, did it. One of the things you can do in camera raw converter, just convert it, well, to fix that perspective distortion, I would say, right? And let me save it and then let me open it in Camera Raw so I'll show you. Okay. Yep, like this. So it should be somewhere the lens where we can correct distortion, and it should go somewhere like this, meaning vertical lines will stay vertical, right? And horizontal lines will stay horizontal. Obviously it's a clipping, cropping going on here, but in general it's almost there. Let me adjust it a little bit more. Yep. So I'm talking about something like this, from this to this. Maybe I did it too much, not sure, but you get the idea, right? It can be fixed. Yeah, I think it's kind of falling in another way now, but again, it's a good thing to shoot it like this. That's why we use those view cameras, right? When we have, well, when we can tilt, shift, and do other stuff with the lens to fix all those, to correct perspective distortion, you know. But again, you can do it digitally in Photoshop. Okay, other than that, good job. Let me jump to next one. Oh, that's one been there. Paul, watch catalog style. I think it was already covered. Apple TV remote. Curtis, I hope you enjoy your Apple TV, right? You're shooting, you're doing a lot of shots with it. And let me open this little guy. Okay, so I think the remote itself done amazingly good, really. I like all this. If you look at gradients, I like the texture, I like how the edges looks. You see the left side, and even that dial has this nice gradient, which is really cool. So we see the shape, we clearly see that it's not flat, that it kind of has curved shape. So great job, really, Curtis, amazing. The only area where I can suggest something at least is the background. Your digital background, they're good, but they look too digital, you know. And why, for example, this spot is smaller than the subject, I don't know. I would probably make it less brighter and a little bigger. And again, imagine having this like reflection or little shadow, like it's standing on the table actually, right? It's standing on the table like this, and again, it may look better. But yeah, the spot less brighter and larger, at least to cover the whole subject, it will be better, I think. And try, you know, try to get not digital but real spots on the background. It may look well, I don't know, obviously it's not as clean as digital one, but you know, you may benefit from more, yeah, like realistic look. Because you see, when you put a digital background, spend extra time making sure that it's kind of fit together with the subject. It's not separated, because on many of your shots we just went through, there is a separation between background and the subject. Okay, and there is no such separation if you shoot with real background. You remember, like having something glossy subject and then that glossy table reflects some spot, like I did for the droid shot, you know. It look more natural, even though the idea is the same. So other than that, amazingly good subject. So I don't know how much post-production you put, if any, but it looks great. Thank you, Curtis. Okay, let's move to parachute. Parachute? Parachute? Oh, parachute. Right. Sujay. From the lighting standpoint, I think it's done very well. I like the shape of that left bottle, you know, the figure, figure 8. I like the shape of the right bottle. Everything looks cool, but like Joshua told you, thank you, Joshua, by the way, for going through shots and providing your feedback. It's always good to have more than more feedback is better. So it's the whole white balance is kind of very strange. It's all that violet kind of. I don't know why. Again, maybe you find, maybe that's how you want to do this, but it's not a big deal. Again, I think it looks good here because it kind of falls in the same idea with your subject. So on this shot it's probably completely fine. But look at the background. It's another actually thing. The background is not clean. I see some lines, I see some little spots. Background should be, if you can get it, in a shot. I mean, the clean and without any visible separation, of something. If you can get it in a shot, do it in post-production. You see, you did post-production, you put at least that label, which is kind of cool. But if you do this, make sure background is nice, clean, and well, it will help. Then crop. It's a little bit too tight at the bottom. Maybe it was a reason for this, maybe you have some stuff, but I would probably leave a little bit of the background in front of the bottles. Okay? What else? It just, it's not necessary, it's just an idea, and I would probably, if I would just shoot something like this, I would try to make it, that improvement. 1 second. And I'm talking about front of that big right bottle. I think if you add some brightness, let me do this. Let me try to do it in Photoshop with Dodge and Burn tool. It may be a reflection. What? It may be a reflection from the bottle, but if we do a little bit brighter somehow, I just try to kind of think if you would have something like this. You see what I'm doing? Obviously with light it's better idea to do this with light, but because you have really nice reflections all around on the bottle, the middle where we have the labels, it look a little bit dim kind of. So I would probably will try to improve it somehow. Okay? I'm not as good as Jenny on editing, but you get the idea. A little bit more brightness on the front of the bottle, left bottle, I think it will help. Again, you remember how we make the shape. Bright, then dark, then in the middle can be bright again, and then dark again, and then at the edge bright again. It's kind of, woo, looks cool. Okay? So, thank you. And let's go to the next shot. Again, can you answer please what this white thermocol number 5 is? Really, I'm not getting what it is. Is it clear piece of plastic? What it's doing there? If it's clear, it's not reflecting, and if it's reflector, maybe it should be just white reflector, white matte reflector. I don't know. I'm just not sure what it's just. I mean, I'm curious what it's doing. So please tell me if you can. Okay. Already, next shot is Wine from Curtis. Curtis, my friend, he's submitting so many shots, which is really good. Okay, the wine. Yeah. Great to see that you know, there's tabletop studio for beginners lecture works really well, because, well, it's very good job. I like how you did this, and yeah, I like the label, I like the everything. Again, you show the lighting setup, so people who know how to read this, I mean, they will like it, I guess, right? Okay, so let me see what can be improved here. Not much on the bottle, maybe just a little bit of fixing in Photoshop those transitions on the bottleneck, right? Just to make it smoother, so it will be no you know, things like we see right now. Again, if it's for your portfolio, make sure you kind of do this. Then I really like this bottom, the reflection on the table. I think it's digital, or not digital. Yeah, it's digital. So it done very well. But look at this spot on the background, which is kind of behind the table, that virtual table. It looks too bright, and it's so separate from what we see on the table. So I think you should equalize it somehow. It's just too bright, and the shape maybe should go a little bit, you know, down like this, maybe not that wide. Again, digital backgrounds. Digital backgrounds is still quite visible that it's digital, and the idea is to have them done the way that you can tell that it's digital, or you will have a lot of doubts thinking is it digital or not. Here I see that it's digital, so a little bit more on that kind of thing, more work. But the subject, no issues. Little post-production, and it's great to go. Okay, so thank you, Curtis. Okay, next shot is champagne. Champagne from our buddy Curtis, and champagne is look good, same as that previous bottle. It's a little bit hanging again. I think I like spot here. Spot is fine. You see, it's not too bright. It's kind of bottle is brighter, which is good. It's a little bit that glowing under the bottle gives that feeling that the bottle is actually hanging on the air. Maybe if you will make that spot, you know, to go to completely darkness at the bottom of the bottle, it may look better, you know. And the little thing which I can only point to is a little bit difference on how we created that edge lighting on from left to the right. On the left we see some greenish reflection on the glass after that bright reflection, right? The very edge. And on the right we see just a dark reflection. So ideally it should be the same. I don't know what's the difference in the lighting setup. From right to left you have 2 strip boxes which supposedly should give the same thing, but something was not completely symmetrical, and that's lead to the difference. So that's the only thing I would probably fight during the shot, trying to equalize. The rest of it is good. I like how bottle glows inside. I think it's really cool. I like it, and label is great. Even see some texture, which is really cool. So Curtis, as usual, great job. Okay, hiking boot, black on black. Awesome. I just today I finished editing the video for the next lecture where I was shooting boot, the shoe for that studio tabletop photography for beginners, and it will be posted probably tomorrow or after tomorrow. So I see that you guys know how to shoot it, and it's really good, because, well, I didn't release video yet. And very good shot. Let me see what the texture is there, right? And clean look. Improvements. Let me jump. Obviously, yeah, I really like to critic than to, you know, saying how good it is. Good is good. It's just one word, but talking about where it can be improved, it can be a long list of suggestions. So let's look at, let me do this again. I'll go back to my Photoshop. Okay, and my brush. So I'm talking about this spot. It's a little bit too bright. I would probably can use some dodge and burn technique, right, to make it a little bit darker. Just a little bit. So you see the difference, right? From this to this. Not much, but I think it will not, you know, pop up that much. Then what about this area? This is bright, but I think, what about if we just add some brightness here? Just to make it more more dramatic look. I should do it in different layer to show you the difference. But I think brighter here than darker than brighter again will look a little bit better. Okay, so I made this area a little bit brighter. What else? The background. You see, this piece is, I don't know why you have this reflection not fixed. Yeah, I understand that at the bottom it reflects that part of the shoe, the boot, right? But I would definitely make it like this. Okay, so no visible reflection. And this is probably it. Very nice shot. Oh, this spot is a little bit darker, just a little bit. It's probably fine. The only thing, you know, we lost the difference between boot and the background here. If it would have a little tiny edge on the bottom of the shoe, it will be perfect. If you will have something like this, okay? So I don't know. It's probably not fixable with dodge and burn because it's too dark. I can try, but probably it won't work. Well, is it? Yeah, there is nothing there. It just, you know, should be done with light. But other than that, really good job. So, John, thank you. Thank you, John. Yeah, soon, I don't know if you on ProCorner or not, but yeah, all ProCorner subscribers will see the post which I will do for students. So that's kind of, I guess, good thing. By the way, guys, all ProCorners users, when I will finish the Studio Photography Tabletop for Beginners course, I will take it out from ProCorner, but you will get 3 copies of that course, because course will cost probably, I don't know, well, much more than you pay now per month. So you will get it, but it won't be on ProCorner. It just, you know, a little bit inside for you guys. Okay. What next? John, we got John. Bracelet picture. Bracelet picture is Dr. Bayer. Statistic. Okay, Deb, you got the shot. Yeah, I think we already talked about something similar, right? And it's done well. I see the texture, you know, on the threads all around, but the gemstones is not bright enough. They simply not bright enough for a good, you know, jewelry shot. And also, if I look at the background, let's look closer to the background. You remember how we did this? Oops. Well, this is your background. This is where white is white, black is, or not black, white is not very white. So I clearly see on my display, especially if I tilt it, that the shadow kind of has, you know, visible difference between where you kind of erased background and where you left the shadow. I think it could be done a little bit better, so with a smooth transition between shadow under the bottom and white background. Plus, you know, look at this, well, whites. Okay. Look at these other areas which supposed to be white. You know, do just this quick check its levels, and you slide. Oh, you don't see what I'm doing here. Okay, sorry guys, I'm going to show it to you. 1 second. Okay, so I was doing this, I went to levels and I was adjusting levels like this just to check the background. I showed this trick on some time ago on 40G Live. Right, that way you can clearly see where it's not white. For example, this top portion, you see it's not white. And if you will prepare something for print like this, well, it will be quite visible on the print. On the monitor it's white, on the print it won't be white. So that's very important to understand and to do stuff like this. Okay, and talking about jewelry, well, again, workshop, February 17. Obviously, I will cover how to shoot stuff like this. But my advice is this: you see, you made this little cone, and you shoot it with the opening, you know, through that opening on the cone. But all your gemstones facing that opening in the cone, so there is nothing to be reflected on them. I mean, from that side, and that's why you're getting all gemstones that dark. But they need to be shiny. They need to be brighter than the metal all around. They should be, you know, shiny little stars. And to make it happen, we have to have some bright reflector in front of gemstones. It's tricky, I know, because there is a room for the lens should be somewhere, but it's doable. And that's what I will be covering on Jewelry Workshop on February 17. It's just a huge topic to do now. Okay? So other than that, good job, Deb. And yeah, I'm glad that you did some improvements and it's become better and better, which is really cool. Okay. Next one from Sergio. Sergio is, I don't know, first time or not, but glad to see such good work at 40G, submitted to 40G. Relatively simple setup, but what outcome? I really like shot. And the only thing which is, I don't know, this I understand about copyright and, you know, stuff like this, but this floating URL, I was thinking it's part of the bottle first, so it's kind of a little bit distracting, but it's fine. I understand why you're doing this. Even though I have a different feelings, you know, I put URL on all my images which I post on internet, not to protect them, because I put it on the very, you know, on the corner, so it's easy to crop it out. But I do it for those who want to find a photographer, if they need, because many people repost, you know, images without putting like an originated source, and it's hard to track down photographer. I kind of struggling with this many times, because sometimes I look for for the owner of the image which I like, just, you know, because I want to talk to that guy about, let's say, 40G, you know, inspirational post or something like this. And then sometimes it's hard. So I have URL. If people want to use my image in commercial somewhere without asking me, basically they want to steal it, that's fine. It's completely fine, because well, they end up paying more money than they would do, because good images will always find its owner if they use somewhere else without kind of knowing, well, if they've been stolen. So my protection is, you know, to create some really cool images which will be, well, people will know that it's mine images. So that's why I don't put, you know, big URL in the middle of the shot. But again, don't get me wrong, it's completely fine, I understand you. So let's talk about shot. Like a 3D look, I really like how bottle, even though we don't see the shape of the glass, which is fine because we see the cap. Cap is kind of gives us the idea that it's a cylinder, basically, right? So it's fine, it's cool. I really like this little droplet. Dune. Maybe it's a little bit too bright, and especially it's like, you know, white and a little bit bluish on the bottle, but it's fine. I think it's not a problem. It's just probably the way you like it. The only thing I would improve here is the cap, because the cap now it looks as is, I mean, the real cap. But I would probably clean it in Photoshop, clean that, you know, transition, that gradient you have, to make it almost like a 3D look. It will finish, you know, the whole amazing shot. Because for now it's like we have almost like a 3D look, completely clean and nice bottle, and then some real cap connected to it. So let's make cap not real as well. No, real but perfect. I would say perfect. Okay. Other than that, good job. No, not much to add to it. Okay. So Sergio, thank you. Whew. Okay, splash flower. Splash flower from Finn. Yep. From Norway, Finn. Oops. Oh, I think I clicked something. Okay. Oh, welcome to the community, by the way, Finn. Glad you joined it with such an amazing shot. Really. You know how I like this stuff, and it's just great. I love it. I love this flower. Well, it's cool. But you know what? I showed it to Zhenya. Well, all the shots, Zhenya looked through them. And the very first thing she told me that, there is some symmetrical stuff going on, and it jumps into, well, retoucher's eye very first. Look at this. Oh, let me do this. I'll do in Photoshop. Okay, so I'm talking about this and this. It's like two eyes looking at me, you know, because those two petals are symmetrical splashes, well, same splashes, right? It's just a little bit too visible. Ideally, Zhenya told me that ideally you should use every petal, it's a separate splash. I mean, not the copy and paste, you know. Every petal of that flower is a separate splash. You remember how we did it, how we had it on here, right? That's my instant upload, crazy stuff. Yeah, I just talking about this kind of flowers, right? You guys probably have seen it. Every petal is separate splash. Obviously that butterfly is not separate because, well, that was the idea. You know, the wings of the butterfly, they are the same, so it's fine. Other than that, it's really cool. Nice, nice. I really like it. I don't know about this little yellowish pieces. Why it's yellow? Probably some reflection. That's another thing which I'm not sure if you know, it's good to be yellow on those pieces. And that's it. The rest is amazingly good. So welcome to the community thing. And yeah, I see how you got it with all those speed lights, and it's just amazing. Okay. What else? Honey drop. Josh, great honey drop. And you said many times that you forgot the lighting setup. You mean to capture lighting setup. But you know, you can always create a diagram of that lighting setup. It will help too. Because we all know, we all want to see how you got this shot. How you got these reflections, how you got that dark edge all around. So you can do it. If you forget to shoot the lighting setup, you can always, you know, create lighting diagram. So it will be understandable for whole community. Okay? And yeah, this is it. Whew. Covered. I think covered everything. Great. Okay, guys, that was it. I have some ideas on what we can do on Hangouts, because like I said, I want to do Hangouts bi-weekly with you guys on Google+. I have some ideas. I'm gonna post it a little bit later. And one of the ideas, by the way, is to do reverse engineer from some shots. Let me show you if I can do it now. But yeah, the idea is to do reverse engineering, meaning we got a shot somewhere, we like it a lot, and we can sit and try to understand how it was done, where was lighting put, and maybe repeat it if needed. Maybe not just talk. For example, this shot, I got it from Subway. I shoot it. It was a banner, big banner on the wall. Nice shot of almost like a painting. Food shot, right? Nice food shot, and I think it's very easy to find how it was done. You know, because we have some glossy pieces. Glossy pieces basically it's little mirrors, and it gives very good idea of where lighting were positioned, right? So, for example, on this shot, I clearly see large softbox on the right, next to the camera, right? I see bright light from the left, a little bit behind the group of these subjects, right? And I see the reflector somewhere on the left, but not maybe some, you know, white reflector. Not much, because we have some area, really dark area right here. I mean, it's just an idea, and I think that's it. That's how you shoot stuff like this. So probably the hardest way is to put it, to arrange it nice, and to shoot it, it's probably shouldn't be a big deal. But again, we can always try. Okay? So, just an idea. Okay? Okay, we're done.